Ah yes, superhero movies, crowning achievements in suspension of disbelief. Nowhere else can writers pull confusing superpowers out of a hat like so many disgruntled rabbits and get away with it. And if for some reason you aren't quite buying it, a good portion of the audience will be more than happy to inform you why radiation was more than enough to give a certain character control over fire, lightning, or whatever else the writers thought would look good as a particle effect. Really, superhero movies work the best when you don't think about them too much, which is why I'm going to tear Captain America the Winter Soldier apart. In a world of mutants, aliens, and Scarlett Johansson in tight leather, Captain America stands out as perhaps the most realistic depiction of a superhero, which is to say the most boring. I've always sort of thought of Captain America as a blend of all the least exciting aspects of superheroics, all bundled into a package that would make a bald eagle weep with joy. Luckily, the plot moves too quickly for anybody to pick up on how uninteresting Steve is, like one forgettable conversation and a set of superpowered speed dates. So, as anybody that lives north of the equator can attest, winter is getting a bit old. The good news is, the Winter Soldier has nothing to do with the season, instead referring to the film's main villain and the least subtle assassin in history. Essentially a Soviet Darth Vader without the personality, the post-autumnal Man-at-Arms serves as the Captain's most recent foe. And as usual, Captain America, along with a few B-list characters, must stop him, the other Avengers too busy on vacation or being Hawkeye. Now, the plot proceeds about as predictably as a python on a daycare, but that doesn't stop it from being fun. And just as I was feeling smugly complacent about the way things were going, the film surprised me with a twist that I did not see coming. Maybe Captain America is just as boringly noble as ever, but the interesting secondary characters and well-paced plot make the movie accessible. Worth noting is that the studio has already started on another Captain America movie, to the great disappointment of anybody waiting for a movie about Scarlett Johansson's posterior. Of course, this movie sets up enough dangling plot threads to ensure that Captain America, the summer intern, will be rushed into theaters as soon as possible. As the box office indicates with a strangled cry under its piles of money, Captain America seems to reflect the ever-growing trend of superhero movies becoming more popular with a wider audience. That being said, my inherent unfamiliarity with the Marvel Universe left me feeling kind of left out during the now obligatory post-credits scenes. Why yes, Marvel, I was very surprised to see these characters, primarily because I didn't know who they were. Care to explain why everyone else in the theater has soiled themselves and passed out?
I started singing bye, bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee.